got a smile on his face too, coming out to some death metal. I like it.
Corey's ready to kill. He looks pretty focused. Excited to see what he does in the cage tonight.
So, Corey's been fighting, right? But he's been setting up this live stream all day, and he's had a lot on his plate today. So we're gonna see how that
kind.
Our tech guy. So we're gonna see, how he performs today with all that distractions going on. I personally, I think it does, because sometimes you kind of sit there and get into your own head too much.
He looks ready. He looks calm and relaxed as well.
Gives him a little smile.
He's got that smile on his face.
He does. He's ready to go. He looks excited to be here, and I love that. But Corey's ready also.
Hurry up, Corey, so you can help us with this live stream. First rounder, here we go.
First round, here we go.
Big leg
kick.
You heard the slap on
I felt that in my soul, ladies and gentlemen.
Backwards! Corey trying to get the body lock here.
Knee.
Cody,
Turn, you got to turn.
Good cage control from Cody.
Cody looks like he's trying to get the double
turn. Good turn. Keep turning.
Good cage control from Cody, still going on.
Cody needs to get his head in the center and knee in the center.
Turn.
Knee in the center.
Turn.
Head under the chin.
Turn, Corey. Big turn. Yeah. Good. Knee.
Corey.
Knee.
Let it go. Make it uncomfortable. Make it uncomfortable.
That was an elbow coming from
Make it uncomfortable. Just like that.
I think the referee saw it.
Turn.
Cody was not letting him get away with that either, which I don't think you should.
You got to turn. There you go.
Cody looks like
Good.
he's looking
Turn
for a
it.
double
Go.
head.
Now, how tiring is this when you're fighting on a cage like this?
Cage work is good.
Yes.
It's definitely the most grueling part of MMA.
Turn, Corey.
You think cage control is the most grueling part of
Using that underhook.
Oh, big knee.
Good.
Now,
Break off.
You're constantly trying to push them up against the fence.
That's true.
Corey. Yeah.
now, who is it harder for, the guy on the fence or the guy holding them?
Both. I mean, they're both struggling for the stronger position.
In my opinion, I would say that the guy that's pushing against the cage, I would say it was harder for him because the other guy can kind of like relax, trying to gather himself a little bit. What he wants to do here.
Go. Yeah.
Oh, big knee.
Cody.
Those can just knock the wind, right? Especially if you're not expecting it. Oh, again.
Another big
Nice.
They're trading knees now.
Corey, yeah.
Corey looking for
Oh.
some
Good.
For a
Turn it.
sweep.
Cody's
Turn
looking for
it.
the trip inside
You
trip.
got to go use that underhook, baby.
Looking for the Khabib footlock there.
Yeah. Go again. There you go, Corey. Big two.
Made them finally split up. Let's see what they do next.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Go.
That left hook was a little bit more of a push than a snap, though.
Backwards.
This time Cody's back up against the cage.
Corey going for the takedown
Down
now.
now, Corey.
Nice Cody with a judo attack, judo throw attack.
Now, Combat Connections, they do have a good judo program.
Yeah, this is a good fight.
Keep that head in there. Keep your head in.
Turn him.
We might get to the second round for the third time today.
Woo!
Yeah. Turn.
Corey with some dirty
Keep
boxing.
your head working.
Cody as
Just
well.
like that. Keep your head
Cody's trying to get him with those
Knees, stay
uppercuts
busy, Corey.
while his back's up against the cage.
Turn. Yeah. Knee.
What Cody needs to do is he needs to try to get that underhook and try to turn Corey against the cage.
Yeah.
Good first round.
Now, who would you give that first round to?
And that's a hard one. I mean, they both had their cage time. I would probably say Corey just off of the aggression when they separated. But I think this one's actually very close. Very evenly matched fight as well.
Chad, what would you like to see more of in the next round from both of these fighters?
Well, I'm a little biased because I love stand-up. I'd like to see these guys, no one's really winning the fight right now on the cage. I like to see you, try and keep your back off the cage, circle out a little bit more, and use your strikes and kind of get that advantage and maybe try and go for a takedown.
Yeah,
Danny, would you agree?
I agree with that. I think both of them are looking for the same thing. They're both kind of looking for that cage control, the knees off in the clinch. They're looking for the takedown. I think whoever can get off with the striking will start peeking ahead a little bit more.
Well, Well, guys, we have another round to figure it out. Let's see if they take what their corner said to them and put it to good use. Cage is locked. Second round starts. Touch of the gloves before we get some action here. Couple of fakes out of Cody.
So I saw something there. Corey went to go throw the low kick, and he reached. Cody reached for it. If I'm Corey, I'm putting that in the back of my head and maybe faking low and coming up high with that head kick later, because that was open.
That's why you're such a strategic fighter, right?
Yeah.
Knee, Corey.
That's what the fight is, though. You're downloading information against your opponent and what you can use against them later.
Yeah.
The same thing with.
Now.
These rounds go by fast when you're in the cage.
Turn. Corey,
ladies
just
and
turn.
gentlemen.
Right there. He's great. Oh. There you go. Now. Pull that. Pull it.
Corey's trying to do more of like putting his head under Cody's chin and they're both fighting for that
Good
position.
knee by Cody.
Break off.
I'd like to see Corey break off. Oh, here we go. So now we're in some new territory. We haven't seen either jiu-jitsu yet. So
Pressure. Keep the pressure.
Heavy pressure. Heavy pressure.
and Cody's got him in his corner.
That's very important.
Yeah.
You can have the coaches telling you what to do right there. You can hear everything.
And I'm sure you guys can hear in the microphone as they're right next to us. Oh, scramble! Oh, he got him! He got him! He's hurt! He's hurt! Again, another right hand!
Coming out with the
Good leg
strikes.
kick by Cody.
Corey looks a little
See, that's where Corey needs to break up and go back to the striking. I like to see him get away from that clinch.
Keep going.
Lots of excitement over here in Corey's corner.
Sorry.
There you go, Corey.
Knee.
Foot, yes, foot.
Both fighting for the
control-
dominant
good
position
control
back
by
against the
Corey.
cage. Yes.
There you go. Knee.
But we're back in this stalemate here, so these guys, they need to do something to differentiate, because right now, Cody's losing this round. Oh! I say that, then he gets this.
Corey needs to be careful though because Cody's kind of trying to. Cody has an opportunity.
Oh, he got him in a crucifix.
to back.
He has him in a crucifix right now.
Keep punching.
Referee hasn't said anything yet. He's still working. Andy, do you have any advice for Cody right now?
If I was Cody, I would keep those hooks in and try to take the back from here. You see how he's punching on the shoulder?
Stay tight.
So he needs to
10 seconds left.
10 seconds.
See if Cody can ride out the belt.
I'm not sure what
Tapping due to strikes, from what I understand. Or maybe that wasn't strikes.
Oh, I think that was that.
Corey tapped the strikes. I think Corey's going to be upset when he finds out how much time was left. There couldn't have been more than 1 or 2 seconds left.
Yeah. But
Good win by Corey. Good
great,
control.
great work by
Corey says, shoot!
Uh-oh, so maybe he didn't tap. It sounds like there's
No,
some confusion
it's over.
about how that finished.
No, it's over.
I'm a little confused. It sounds like Corey's upset that he wasn't tapping. But I'm pretty sure it was called because of tapping. I don't feel like now's a good time to ask for clarification from Corey. We will just wait for the referees.
Even if he didn't tap, though, in my opinion, it's still an amateur fight. You know, it was a bad position, and you know, if again your record doesn't count. You know, always come back again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the referees are really looking out for the safety of the fighters.
And Mike England's one of the best in the game.
Yes, he is.
But something you got to think about Danny, too, is, you know, we keep saying a record doesn't count amateur, but some of these guys, it does mean something to them.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so it's not everyone's going to go pro.
Not everybody's
so
going to drop their record and go pro, Mr. Moriarty.
Mr. Pro MMA guy.
I'm a
But
professional.
I'm just saying, you know, it's about experience, and I didn't see the tap.
We did not see that tap, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm really curious to hear how they're going to call it and let us know what happened.
Corey's forehead's definitely wearing a little bit of that fight there.
Yeah, is that Velcro marks from those gloves? maybe from the thread, because those are very interesting bruise patterns on his forehead.
That's not a very common, like, bruise you see after a fight on
That's what
someone's
I'm saying.
face.
It has to be something from
That
the
almost looks
gloves.
more like he didn't have Vaseline on,
Yeah, that
and like more of like a
Maybe not
leather
enough.
burn.
Maybe not enough Vaseline. That would be unfortunate. There's a reason we do everything we do right before we get in the cage, folks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this bout has ended at 2 minutes and 59 seconds of the second round.
2 minutes. I told you, Corey's gonna be a little mad. He tapped right there.
By verbal submission, Corey Burnam.
You see Corey's face when it said at 2 minutes and 59 seconds. He was like, oh.
That is rough. That's rough. But you know what?
I
Do
thoroughly
you think-
enjoyed that fight, though. I thought that there was a lot of good cage wrestling. We saw a little bit of jiu-jitsu. We saw it all. A little bit of striking.
I
Probably
was
the most well-rounded MMA fight.
I was gonna say that was
so far.
definitely the most composed fight we've seen tonight for sure.